Alright, and welcome back. Let's see, continuing on. Let's go ahead and place these around the map here. I don't know, maybe like one there. There needs to be something above. So if this one kicks you up very high, maybe there should be a platform above that. So let me grab under basic, grab a cube, drag that in, and I'll size that up. Yeah, 5 and 20, that seems to be good enough. I'm going to change the value of my ramp here. Let's go back to its force value. Let's do something even more fun. Let's make it so that we can change this on the fly. So I'm going to grab this guy. I'm going to split the pin. So right click, split pin. That's going to expose these values. I'm going to create some variables. So variable over here. Go ahead, hit the add variable. This is going to be force X. And then right next to it, there's a little red dot. I'm going to go up, change this to a float type. And there's my force X. I'll plug that there. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to make another variable. This one's going to be force Y. And I'll make a force Z. I'll plug those in. And you might think, well, what's the big deal about that? Well, what we're going to do is make these visible in the editor so that we can do this without having to come back inside the blueprint. So with each one of these force X, Y, and Z, I'm going to poke this little eyeball here. And this is going to make these visible in the editor. Hit compile, save. And now when I select this, you can see right here under default, we have my force value. So this is how much force I'm going to get whenever I hit this ramp. So when I hit this, maybe it'll kick me forward 10,000. But it kicks me up 50,000. 50, 1, 2, 3. We'll see if that's enough. Not quite enough. It does push me forward. I can't quite stop, but we need to go higher. So that'll be, add another 0. How high is it going to put me? A little too high. I want to be able to get to that platform. So let's go back. So this one, instead of 50,000 or 500,000, let's do 100,000. Almost high enough. $150,000. A lot of times when you're doing game design stuff, you're going to find that you have to kind of tweak things as you go. Bink. Oof. I think I gave myself 150 million. Let's check my zeros there. Yeah. There, that's just enough to get up onto the ramp. Kind of kicks me over though. So let's just make an adjustment here. Some sort of obstacle, you know. Okay. So now that I have that and I have a ramp, let's raise the stakes a little bit. Instead of having this go this far, maybe this should be open. Maybe this should be like a big open pit. And what's kind of great about this is we can actually, instead of using this this static mesh, we can actually use a BSP. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete our static mesh. I know you're gonna be like, oh no, why would you do that? And you'll see the reason for that is geometry. I'll throw in a BSP. And where is the position of my start location? So my start location is at 112Z and then 0, 0, 0. So I'm going to set this at 0, 0 location, and then 112 on the Z. Okay. I'm going to move that down just a tad. Let's make our mesh here. Let's go down to brush size. Let's make it maybe, I don't know, 50 units tall. Oops, wrong direction. How wide? 1,000 wide? 800 wide. That seems to be good. And then for the length, what's nice about using BSPs is we can scale this and it'll look nicer. So I'm going to use the brush size. Let's make this 10,000 units. So I'll go into my side view. Here's my object. I'm going to raise this up just so it's at the floor. It's just skipping. So I'm going to come over to my scale value. I'll do by halves or by fives. There we go. Put that back to tens. And that's just this guy right here. That's the snap. So that's going to be in line with the ground. This object, I'll move that in line with the ground. And once again, I'm going to move this so that it's however far I need it to be. Let's say I did 10,000. Let's do that as 5,000. I need to learn how to count. There we go. Now what's nice about a BSP, the arrow is way over here, but if I right click on one of these points, it'll move the point so that I can temporarily adjust. So that's there. I'm going to move this back down. Move this back a little bit. Okay, that's probably good there. Let's go back into our perspective view. So there's that ramp. All right, so I have my ramp. Let's adjust this a little bit. So if we get to the end here, we'll just fall off to our death, right? Let's make a BSP. You could just use this, it's fine. I'll just use that. Let's throw a color back on there. I know I'm kind of scatterbrained right now. There's that. One of the things you'll notice with the BSP though is when you throw color on there, it only does one side. What I can do is I can select the whole thing. Let's say if I select just one of these sides here, and I go over to our details panel, go down to geometry where we have select, and then choose matching material. And then if I drop that on there now, it'll just hit it all. They're a little bit more finicky, but they're nicer when it comes to texturing. So there's that. We have that. So if we fall here, we'll end up dying, right? So we kind of have to hit the ramp to get here. And then I can take this BSP, and you can do this with any object, but if you hold down the Alt key and then drag the arrow, so you see how they have the arrows on here? Hold down Alt, drag the arrow. We'll make a copy. Okay? And this I'm going to move out so far. And now I have this ramp, or this piece of the map. And I think I'll center this piece up with that part of the world. And if you want to be precise, you can go in the top view and take a look. So this is the ramp piece. This is the platform. And this thing, I want to center that. Move it out just far enough so we have to kind of jump. Let's do a test play. So now if I run, just shy. All right, so it's just shy. I'll move this back to like there. This is why we have playtesters, you know? Boing. F. I guess it matters on the exact angle that I hit it, huh? There. Yay! So that part is doable. Okay, so at this point, what I want you to do is save your work. Make sure I go back to perspective here. Save your work and make a map with some obstacles in it like this. And in the next video, we're going to make 2 more obstacles and then a way to die. Okay? So save it, and I shall see you in the next video.